morning, everybody. Okay, so this morning I want to talk to you guys about making smart decisions, and I'm just going to narrow this down to some money here. What has me thinking about this right now is that I was just outside cleaning out my car. It had all kinds of stuff like camping stuff in there from, I don't know, last year when we went camping. I mean, my toolbox, all kinds of stuff like brakes, old brakes and new brakes, and stuff from when I was working on the car and flushing the systems and everything. And just a bunch of stuff that needed to come out of there and come into the house. So I've cleaned out the whole car, including all my CDs and my cassettes. Yes, I have a cassette player in my car. I took a Sterilite container out there and I filled it up with everything that is related to the car and fixing the car, all the fluids and all that stuff. Put that in the back, and it is time for me to wipe down the inside, clean it up, do all the details, sweep it out, and wash the inside and the out. So naturally, the first thing that comes to mind, which is probably the first thing that comes to everybody else's mind when they think of sweeping out their car and washing it, is going down to the local car wash. You know, the kind that you pull right in and you put about $1.50 in the thing and you sweep it out, and then another $1.50 to finish sweeping it out, and then you pull in and you start cranking $1.25 or $1.75 in at a time, whatever it is in your area, to wash your car. You start out with the rinse, then you got the soap, then you got the brush, then you got the sprayer, I don't know, 4 or 5 different settings on there. And then, of course, in the end, if you want to wax it, you can use that setting too. So in the end, you've used about anywhere from $8 to $10, $12, $15 to wash your car in there, not including the $3 to $5 you use to sweep it out. That's a lot of money. And as I was preparing some quarters here to go out and do just that, I started thinking, wait a minute. I have a sweeper here that has a hose. I can plug that thing in and take it outside and sweep it out myself for $0. I have a bucket, I have soap, I have water, I have a hose. I can wash the car myself and do a better job by hand for $0. Yeah, I get it, it costs some money and water, but it's pennies on the dollar compared to if I went over to the car wash. Oh look, I have a popping lid on here. Anyways, sidetracked. These 2 jars right here, I use to put all my change in. I put everything but quarters in here, and I put only quarters in here. When you're saving change, you have to be strict with yourself because you can dig into it for whatever. Every time I come home after I've spent some money, I dig in my pocket, take out the change, throw it on the counter, and then a couple days later, I get around to it, I take all that change, and I separate it into these 2 jars. It takes change a while to accumulate, but it does accumulate. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say I have probably $8 in here, maybe. And I have probably $20 in here right now. I just took a handful. I was choked by a ghost. I just took a handful of quarters, $6, and I put it in my handy-dandy black little girly pouch here, because I was going to take it out there and use this to sweep my car. And then I was just going to spray it down real quick, so I was going to use only $6 to do this. That was my limit that I set. But then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, wait a minute, that's $6 in quarters right there that I can keep in my jar and let it keep building. So that's going back in the jar right now, along with my handy-dandy girly pouch. And we're going to save that. We're just going to keep on saving that change. And that is the smart decision that I am making right now on the spot. It might not seem like much, but if I make that same smart decision every time I decide to use my change for something else, both of these jars will be filled very soon and I'll have a nice chunk of money. It's not a whole lot, but every bit counts. And if I ever get to that point again where I have absolutely no money whatsoever and I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner, I can open my cupboard and there's my dinner. Alright guys, I'm going to get out there and finish this car. I need to get this done. I will be so glad to have a nice, fresh, clean car to drive around in. So with that said, wherever you guys are waking up, whatever time it is, make the best of your day. Make good decisions. Do something for somebody else. Pay it forward. And let's make this world a better place. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.